Hey, what's going on, guys? Do you have a local moving company? Do you want to rank your local moving company on the first page of Google? Watch this! Hey guys, I'm real excited about this lesson. You know my saying, don't bore us, get to the chorus. So let me show you how to rank your website. The first thing you'll need is a tool to do some keyword research. Now, if you don't already have a tool, you could use SEMrush. They give away a free trial. You can see right here, it's for 7 days, and you get some limited use of the tool, but basically that's all you'll need to set up your marketing plan. The next one you could use is called Ahrefs, and Ahrefs is a really good tool because you're able to use your search console. You're able to plug your search console into Ahrefs, and it pulls out all the information. And that's also a free trial. They have a trial for 7 days, and then they also have a free trial on the bottom. And if you'd like, you could use Neil Patel's tool called Ubersuggest, and that's always free. In this example today, for the most part, we're going to use SEMrush, and we may use a little bit of Ahrefs. In today's example, I'm going to use moving company as the keyword. So I'm trying to rank a moving company. So the first thing that I would do before I did anything else is I would go to Google and I would type in moving company. I know it seems like that's obvious, that of course that's what you should do, but I can't tell you how many people just start a campaign without doing this step first. So the first thing you want to do is, if you're going after any keyword, is to type in that keyword, and then you want to go down to the local search and you want to check out their pages and just see how they're structured. Okay, so that one has a video on it, right? And so on and so forth. So okay, you check that out. Now I'm going to give you a little, I'm going to show you a little cheat sheet, right? This was a blog, so I'm not going to go to that one, but here's Moving Squad, right? So I'm going to check that one out. That looks like it has a video on it too. It has some pictures. Okay, so now what are we going to do? In the next slide, I'll show you very simply what step 2 is. All right, guys, so we're in step 2, and we put in the keyword moving company, right? And we clicked the 3 top competitors. We found 2 Men in a Truck, we found Atlas, and we found Moving Squad. So what I like to do is I open up a spreadsheet, and you can find that in your Google Drive, or you can use Excel, but you just create a very simple spreadsheet. And this is what I like to do, and I like to just try to keep it easy, is I put the keyword, I put a few websites, right? You could do this yourself. And then I count the words on the page. I'll show you how to do that. I also check out the pictures. I like to know if there's any video. And then I also try to get some of the keywords that are on that page. And I'll show you how to do that. So let's start with, we'll use 2 Men in a Truck. No, I used Atlas Van Lines. All right. So let's use Atlas Van Lines. So for Atlas Van Lines, all I did was I copied all the content right here, just like this. See that? I copied all the content all the way down to the bottom, just like this, right? Copied everything, even the links on the bottom. All right, Control, copy. Then I went over to word counter, right? And then I just pasted, the article in. See that? Just like this. Boom. Okay? See that? And you'll notice that it says 660 words. 661. All righty. There you go. 661. All right. I counted on the picture on the page. There are 3 pictures and there are no videos. Now, using the same formula for 2 Men in a Truck, it was 605 words. They had 2 pictures on their page. They also had 1 video. Now, Moving Squad had 1,200 words and 5 pictures and 1 video. But I could almost guarantee you that the Moving Squad homepage isn't fully optimized, #1 for the word moving company. These 2 other sites were optimized for moving company. So what am I going to do? Well, I am going to, Brett's #1 mover, right? That's the name of the moving site. Is I'm going to write an article. My page is going to be 1,500 words, right? Because I want to outdo everybody, but I'm going to put much better content on than everyone else. And pictures, I'm going to use 8. And videos, 1's enough. I'll create a video that says that's all about moving companies. Okay. You'll notice in Word Counter that it also gives you the keyword density. So for example, for Atlas, the word moving is said 24 times. Atlas is said 21, move 14. So what I do is I copy these keywords down and I add them to my spreadsheet. I just pasted them right in here, right? So I see the word moving is 24 times. So I say, okay, is 24 times. So it's 5%. So I know I want to use the word moving and movers and moving company. I want to use that somewhere around 5, 6, 7%, you know, in a 1,500 word article. So, geez, my math isn't real good, but let's just say probably somewhere around 20%. Somewhere around 20% for a 1,500 word article. Now, how do we go about writing a 1,500 word article on the word moving company? The next slide, I'll show you exactly how to do it. It's super easy, and you're gonna love it. So just hang on. There are a lot of free tools that can help you with your SEO. You just need to know what they are. One of the tools that help me immensely is a tool called Seo Minion. In fact, I'll put the link in the description below. But if you just Google Seo Minion, it's a Chrome extension. You add it to your toolbar up top. And let me show you how it works. Remember, before you try to rank for any keyword, remember we're trying to rank for the keyword moving company, we need to first look at the landscape of the other sites that are ranking and see what they're doing first, right? We don't want to start off on a blank sheet of paper because we're going to make a lot of mistakes. The clues are here already on this page, on the Google search results, right? So what I like to do is I take the first couple of sites that are ranking, and I want to see what their H1, their H2, H3 tags look like. That's right here. This would be, for example, an H1 tag. But let's take a look. So I go to my Chrome extension and I hit SEO Minion, right? I scroll down. In fact, let me just take it back. When you first open SEO Minion, it's going to look like this. And what you do, very simply, is you just click on page SEO. And we're going to notice that their H1 tag is home moving company. Okay, all right, that kind of makes sense, right? We're trying to rank for moving company. So that seems like a good idea. Their H2, I don't know what that means, but their they have another H2 called equipped to handle local moves of any size. All right, well, we're just worrying about the H1 tag right now. Well, let's take a look at Atlas and let's see what their H1 tag looks like. Sometimes it'll fool you. You may think it is moving made simpler because of the size. The H1 is usually the largest tag, usually located up on top, but that's not necessarily true. So once again, we go to on-page SEO, and we notice that their on-page is among the most trusted moving companies in the world. So once again, we're using that keyword right here. Okay, we see their H2, which is moving made simpler. That's their H2 tag, right? So usually after the H2 tag, there is some description underneath the H2 tag. And you could have several H2 tags on your website. Let's take a look at Moving Squad, right? Because they're ranking also. Right away, what catches my eye is if you're trying to rank locally, is South Florida Moving Company, right? So we're using, so I probably would have started it with the sentence being Tampa, Florida Moving Company, we are professional movers or something like that. But see, trying to use some of the keywords in there. Let's see with their H1 tag, and let's see what they're looking like. So we click Seo Minion, and the H1 tag is work with a professional. I like that one. Work with a professional South Florida moving company. It has geo, it has location, it has the keyword that they're trying to rank. So I would take that one and start fooling around with that one a little bit. Now, I created a document in Google, I guess this is Google Sheets. It's like Word, so you can use Word or Microsoft Word, or you could use Notepad, whatever you feel most comfortable with. I made up the name Tampa Bay Moving Pros. Now, if you're just starting a company, I would suggest that you use geo and keyword. What do I mean by that? Well, geo meaning where you're located, right? I'm located in Tampa Bay. So I would use the word Tampa Bay Moving and then put something like Moving Pros or, the best Tampa Bay Moving Company or #1 moving company, Tampa Bay, something like that, right? And we're creating a title tag. That's the tag that Google sees when you're doing a search. And look what I wrote here. Reliable and affordable moving company in Tampa Bay. So I'm using Tampa Bay and I'm using the word moving all in the first sentence of the title tag. Now I also want to use local moving, right? Because that is a big service. So call local moving company today. And then I put the phone number. Now, if you have enough space, you could also include your brand, which is Tampa Bay Moving Pros. Right? So you could put call local moving company today, the phone number, Tampa Bay Moving Pros. Now, in the description, I try to use as many of the keywords that I used in my title tag as possible. I certainly want to use the geo, which is Tampa Bay, right? I want to use the word moving company, and it's okay to use the word Tampa Bay and Tampa Bay, Florida once or twice. However, I try not to repeat it too many times. So for the third time, instead of using Tampa Bay, Florida, I used west coast of Florida, or I could have said South Florida, same thing, right? Southwest coast of Florida. Now, the H1 tag is because I want to be found under local, I want to be found under the geo, which is Tampa Bay, and I want to be found under moving company. Now, I used a synonym of moving company, which is relocation. Best relocation rates. So in the next slide, I'm going to show you how to set up the H2 tag and how to get content. But I hope this makes sense. Why don't you take a look at your website, and if you're trying to rank for local, take a look and see what your title tag says, your description, and your H1 tag. That would be something to do right now if you paused the video right now and just took a look at your website. All right, so we have our document open and we're looking for an H2 tag, and that's basically just a headline that's going to state what we're going to talk about. But we want to make sure that we create a headline, like an eye-catching headline that people actually want to read. Remember, what Google wants to do is present its searches, people looking through for keywords, when they click your website and or article, they want people to read what's on your page, something that's interesting to them. So you want to come up with content that people are looking for. Well, how do we go about doing that? Well, I'm going to show you the paid way, and I'm also going to show you the free way. Now, I use the paid version of Ahrefs. However, I told you in the beginning that you could download Ahrefs for free. And if you go to Keyword Explorer, not download Ahrefs for free, you could use Ahrefs for free. However, the free version, I'm not 100% sure if you could use Keyword Explorer and how much it actually shows you. But I'm going to show you another way just in case you don't want to purchase Ahrefs. In fact, I'm going to give you a little tip right here. Go to Google and type in group by SEO tools. So go to Google, type in group by SEO tools, and you'll get all the tools. You can use all the tools. Sometimes like a couple of hundred people use all the tools, and they use one dashboard, and you're able to use all the tools for like $40 a month instead of $299 a month. Right? So that's a little tip right there, and it'll save you a couple of dollars. But okay, let's say that you have a paid version, or the free version of Ahrefs allows you to use the Keyword Explorer. I put in the keyword that I'm trying to rank for, which is moving company Tampa, and I noticed that it has a medium difficulty rate. Okay, I feel pretty confident that I could rank on the first page using that keyword. It doesn't seem too hard. There's about 100 searches a month, and those are searches with intent. You don't type in that keyword if you're not moving to or from Tampa, right? All right, so I need some questions. So if you notice on Ahrefs, they have several questions here. So what I could do is I could pick a few of these questions, and I could answer these questions. Another thing that I could do is I could copy down these questions, and I could do a variation of the questions. Well, I could go over to this website called Quora. That's Quora.com. I'll put it in the description below. Just click the link, and super easy to sign up. And if I just type in the word moving company, I'll see a bunch of questions that people are asking. Well, I really like this one. What are some tips on how to carefully find and choose the right moving company? And I would just put in Tampa. So I would copy that right there. See how this is working? Boom. And then I would want this question answered. Now you remember that tool, that SEO Minion tool? We need to go back to it. We want to see, in regards to our competition, how many H2s does our competition have? Well, it looks like, show all headlines, it looks like Two Men in a Truck have, what is this, 3 H2 tags. Let's see what Atlas has. Atlas has a couple. Looks like they have 4 or 5. And let's take a look at Moving Squad. Show all headings, and it looks like they have several. Geez, looks like they have about 15. All right, well, I don't know necessarily that I need to create 15. See, the H2 tags, what I like to do with the H2 tags is kind of answer some questions, right? So put some really good content out there. When I create my H3 tags, well, I would create my H3 tags around the smaller services that I have. So for example, if I wanted to write about storage and packing, about local movers, about I don't know, different types of services, when I want to get more granular in regards to the things that we actually do, those will be my H3 tags. Okay, guys, so as you can see, I'm starting to put together this document, right? I have 3 H2 tags located right here with some really good questions. Now, I'm going to send this over to a writer. So I want them to be able to research where I got this question from so they could answer it correctly. Now, I don't want them to copy and paste, but if they type in what are some tips on how to carefully find the right moving company, if they put that into Quora, well, they could kind of take some answers and, you know, write them down and then kind of switch some things around, add in their own content. And I'm probably going to want around 300 to 400 words, right? And I'm going to want that for each H2, I am going to want 300 to 400 words. So for the second H2, they could go to Wikipedia, and for the third one, now I'm just making this up, I like the website that had can moving companies disassemble and reassemble their furniture. I just made this up, localmovingcompany.com. I like what they had, so the writer will go to that site, see the content, and then you know, write something different. All right, so those are my H2 tags. Now my H3 tags, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get found for many different terms on the Google Maps besides just moving company. Well, whoops, mover, let me change that. Mover, okay. So what are 10 tips hiring a qualified mover in Southwest Florida, which is the same thing as Tampa? Check the mover, Google 5-star reviews, hire the best moving company in Tampa, find the top-rated mover near you. See, because what Google will do is if you're searching for top-rated mover in Tampa, it'll take top-rated mover from here, and it'll take Tampa here, and there's a chance you may come up in the 3-pack for that key term. So your H3 tag should have all your key terms that you're trying to get found in. Now, they don't have to be found in one sentence because Google's going to take some of the keyword here and 5-star reviews here and put them together and so you could get found. The key here is to make this all an H3 tag. So I'm not a developer, but I understand you need to wrap your H3 tag around the whole thing. All right? So you want, you know, these several bullet points to all be H3 tags. Once again, I don't know why I was thinking plumber. Mover. There you go. Do a Google search for local mover near me, right? Because we want to be found for that. We also want 24-hour. For most local businesses, you want to add that 24-hour. And when you're on the back end of your Google My Business, it's really a good idea to make your hours 24 hours. Because while you may close the front door at 5 p.m., you're answering emails and taking phone calls all through the night and when you first wake up in the morning. It certainly sounds like a 24-hour job to me, right? So Google gives a slight nudge up to 24-hour businesses. So it's something you may want to consider. So we're starting to lay out our content. It's starting to make sense here. Now, I'm going to have a link to this content so you could use this as a template. And I'll put the link below as to where you could click on my website. It'll be, you just click the link and then you'll be able to download the sheet. You don't need to put in your email address or anything like that. You just download this template sheet. I'll make it available. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is do your H4 tags. All right, so now we have the H4 tags, and the H4 tags, that's where we're trying to get a little bit more granular in regards to the services that we offer. So for a moving company, we would want to talk about, you know, about packing and supplies, moving tape, and storage, and that's where you would add your picture, your pictures. Remember, we said we had, you know, several pictures. We could put the pictures here. We could also add the video underneath here in the H4 to talk about moving. And if you want to do a little bit of text, right? So those would be your H4. We're just you know, narrowing down what a moving company does. Remember something, when you're creating content for your website, Google does not want to rank companies that only talk about why they're the best. People are coming to your website because they want to read information. They're looking for information. Your website needs to answer the questions that they have. The longer people stay on your website and the more they read your website, the better your rankings will be. So it's super important to get really good content on your website. I'll show you how to do that, but we're laying out the document right here. So that's your H4 tag. Now, your H5 tag is, I would just go to Google and type in the city you're trying to rank in and get a similar picture, right? You could buy pictures on the internet. You don't want to steal any pictures, so use any other pictures because, you know, you may run into problems. Right? And then what you want to do is you want to write maybe about, I don't know, 300 to 500 words about your city. So if you're trying to rank in Tampa Bay, I would just put text over this picture about Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was founded in 1700, 1800, whatever it was. It currently has a population of 300 million people. And, you know, talk about the city that you're trying to rank in. It's not the most important thing, but Google knows that you're from Tampa Bay if you have content on your website about Tampa Bay or Kansas City or about whatever city you're trying to rank in. So you want to have about 300 to 500 words on your website. You know, it's kind of funny. I do a lot of consultation with clients, and they're trying to rank in certain cities, and there's absolutely nothing on their website about their city that they're trying to rank in, except maybe a Google map on the bottom of their website or on their Contact Us page. It's just not enough. It's not enough. So you want, at the very least, to have on your homepage, it's not the most important content. That's why it's granular. On the bottom, H5 tag, talk about the city that you're in. Once again, you're going to create a source. So, you know, good source for is either the town, a government website that could give you stats, or Wikipedia. And you're going to tell your writer you need 300 to 500 words on the town you're trying to rank in. Don't mention moving company in this section. Don't mention plumber, whatever you're doing. You're just talking about the town that you're trying to show Google that you're located in. Right? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All right. All right, good stuff. So in the next slide, the last slide, I'm going to show you how to find a writer. Now, when I show you this, it's going to be super easy because you already have a templated document. Now, you could do the writing yourself if you have those type of writing skills or if you have the time. But if you don't, I'm going to show you how to do it. So you've prepared this fantastic document for somebody to write the article. Now we have to get the article written. And let me show you a couple of sources that I use. The first one is called Iwriter. Now there are 3 different types of content that you have. Buy the most expensive one because I think they're $10 an article or $15 an article. I would definitely use the most expensive one. If you use the cheap one, you can get some spun crap, and it's really not any good. So I think the most expensive one is I forget is $10 or $15. So you'll send them over this document, and you'll have several people write the article. You pick the one that's the best, and then you pay that person through Iwriter. So it's very simple, very easy to use. But here's another one. If you go over to Facebook and you type in mommy bloggers, there are a bunch of communities of people who are at home who are fabulous writers. And if you go over to mommy bloggers in the Philippines, our US dollar is much stronger. So for $7 or $8 or $9, you could probably get a fabulous written article by somebody who really understands SEO by joining one of these groups. Now, remember something, in the Philippines, most everybody speaks English there. So their English is real good, and you could probably get an article probably less than $10 for 1,500 words. So you could go over there. Once you get the article back from either Iwriter or Mommy Blogger, now you want to make sure that the article is optimized for the keyword that you're trying to rank for. So I see I understand, it's a lot of steps, but you've gone this far. I always tell my staff, it's like, playing football and, running the ball back to the 2-yard line. Well, that's not a touchdown. It's not a touchdown until you pass the goal line. So we need to pass the goal line with your content. How do we go about doing that? We make sure that the site is the page is optimized and not over optimized, and you're trying to rank for the keyword that the article is written for, that the page is written for. So in the next slide, I'll show you exactly how to do that. Nice and easy. So now that we got the article back from either the Mommy Blogger or from Iwriter, now you want to make sure that the content is optimized. So I'm going to give you 3 fabulous tools that you could use to optimize your content. Well, one of them is called Surfer SEO, and they have a 7-day trial for just $1. All right, and what that does is it helps you optimize your content. The other one is called PageOptimizer.pro, and you could try it free for 7 days. I'll put the links in the description below, so you'll be able to just click them and get them started, right? And the other one is a brand new tool called Inlinks.net. Happens to be my favorite one. You could start for free. And all 3 tools will help you optimize your page for the keyword you're trying to rank, and make sure that you're not using, for example, moving company Tampa too many times, so you're over optimized, so that could be a penalty. You want to make sure that you're putting out the best content, the most readable content that you can, so you have the best chance of ranking. I hope that made sense. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I always say in all my videos, please make sure that you tell the people around you that you love them and that you appreciate them. And that's great that you were able to sit in on this video for almost 35 minutes and learn about how to rank your website locally. Get up, stretch your legs, and go throw the garbage out, walk the dog, and do the dishes, and help out around the house, and enjoy your day. So, guys, until tomorrow, I just thank you very much for being part of this of my YouTube channel. Please give my channel a like and please subscribe. Thank you, guys.